So a former New Mexico judge, Joe Cano, and his wife Nancy were both arrested by ICE for allegedly harboring an illegal alien gang member in their home. Let's talk about it. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about a former New Mexico judge, Joe Cano, and his wife Nancy being arrested by ICE for allegedly harboring an illegal alien gang member from the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua in their home. Now, I don't know if they knew he was a gang member, if they knew he was here illegally. I don't know. I guess we're going to figure that out once they go through the trial process. But if they knew, they got to give him the ultimate because of a variety of reasons. But the main reason is because you were a judge when the whole thing was going on. You notice I said former New Mexico judge. Well, he just resigned recently because of this whole thing unfolding. They found an illegal alien in his house. So it was like, bro, what are you doing? You're on the bench doing stuff like this. It's illegal even if you weren't on the bench, but you're on the bench. That makes it even worse. It's like committing a robbery as a regular person, but committing a robbery as a cop is even worse. Now, this is not the first time I've heard about a thing like this. Remember New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy talking about something like this? Let's go to this article right quick. We have a lot to discuss. There's a lot of articles, videos, everything. And of course, everything will be in the box. So remember this, okay? Phil Murphy hands Republicans an attack line with immigrant housing gaffe. Now, a few months back, Phil Murphy said, well, hey, I would harbor somebody in my home that might not have the right documentation, and I triple dog dare the government to come get them. Well, after that, and after the comment going viral and blowing up and causing this stir, he said, I was just playing. Anybody in my house, don't worry about it. It's like, okay, better not be nobody in your house, Governor Murphy, because that's illegal. And check it out. The reason why I'm so hard on cases like this is because if the general public does anything like that, we go to the penitentiary, big rocks, little rocks, and there's no discussion. Imagine if you, as a regular citizen, harbor a fugitive in your home, an American who's not even here illegally. Okay, this dude committed an armed robbery. This dude is committing assault, and then he comes stage with you to hide from the police. If the police catch him there, you about to go to jail too. That's called harboring a fugitive. You can't do that. So if we can't do that for a citizen accused of a crime, then how can anyone else do it for a non-citizen accused of being a gang member, a criminal, and everything else? It doesn't make any sense. Now, here is the story about the judge resigning, okay? This was published April 22nd, so just, about 3 days ago? Okay, so this just happened. It's like, okay, they found illegal alien in my house. I got to go ahead and resign. Then after the resignation, then, okay, now you about to get arrested. All right, and you see what it says right here. Democrat judge, okay, of course a Democrat. Democrat judge Joe Cano banned by New Mexico Supreme Court after alleged Tren de Aragua gang member arrested in his home. And that was 2 days ago, April 23rd, because remember, he was on the bench as a judge when the whole thing was going on. And then when it got discovered, he went ahead and resigned. And you know, it's not just something from Tom Homan or the federal government just trying to pick on him, because the Supreme Court out there said, okay, you're banned from what's going on. And they're probably ones who forced him to go ahead and step down. All right. So it's not just a federal government thing. Nah, it's his state as well. They see that he most likely did something wrong here. Now, let's get to the actual news clip about the arrest. Of course, as I said earlier, everything will be in the box. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
With breaking news, federal agents have raided the home of a former magistrate judge in Las Cruces, have also arrested his wife. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jessica Gonzalez.
And I'm Robert Olguin. The former judge, was also arrested today. And all of this stems from an ongoing investigation into an accused Venezuelan gang member who was living at the couple's home in Las Cruces. And that's where we find KFOX 14 News at 5's Harrison Parker, who has exclusive video of today's arrests. Harrison.
A dramatic escalation in the case of Joel Cano and his wife Nancy. Joel Cano being the former magistrate judge out here for Doña County. We witnessed Joel Cano being arrested earlier. HSI confirming both he and his wife Nancy now facing evidence tampering charges. They said they originally came for Nancy this morning, earlier today, and found evidence, some sort of evidence pointing as well to Joel. Now I'm going to step off. The scene is now empty. Earlier, this place was flooded with federal law enforcement. Our crew capturing the moment, but earlier he and his wife were put into handcuffs. Investigators say the couple had multiple alleged members or associates of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua living with them.
See, now you about to go down for real. 'Cause I thought it was just one guy. Multiple gang members? Nah. If you just had one person, you might be able to get away with it. Oh, I didn't know. He just rented a room for me. I didn't know. Nah, you got multiple gang members. You probably orchestrated that. And I wouldn't be surprised if they were involved with some kind of criminal activity beyond just harboring them. Maybe you're harboring them and helping them do certain things like sell drugs and weapons and human trafficking, things of this nature. I guess we'll find that out as this court case proceeds.
Let's get to that video from earlier. It's the moment Homeland Security investigators place Cano and his wife Nancy into handcuffs. Again, they're both facing charges of evidence tampering at this moment. HSI telling me they could face additional charges as the investigation continues. As we've reported, investigators say the couple hosted Christian Ortega Lopez, who is an undocumented migrant from Venezuela. We are working to get the identity of the other two gentlemen living on the scene. Authorities say Lopez displayed clear indicators he was associated with TDA. They say that included clothing, tattoos, voicemails, and text messages. Ortega Lopez was arrested at Cano's house back in February and accused.
So you got a guy who ain't probably speaking no English, gang tattoos everywhere. His homies got the same thing going on. Oh, these are just upstanding guys, just want somewhere to stay. All right, whatever.
Of being in the country illegally. Earlier, I spoke with neighbors about the raid.
Of them changed at all at the Cano?
No, not even remotely. I know my wife and went to one of the hearings for one of the boys, and there was 35, 40 people there, and the judge at the outset said, "I'm stunned. I've never seen this kind of an outpouring." Most of the people here in the community knew the kids, and we'd see them riding back and forth, and they'd always wave and say hi.
Cano resigned from his position as the magistrate here in Doña County last month. He did not state a reason, but the New Mexico Supreme Court has now banned him from ever holding a position like that again. I'm Harrison Parker reporting from Las Cruces, KFOX.
So there we go. So yeah, again, the former judge out there in New Mexico, Joel Cano, and his wife Nancy both got arrested by ICE, by the federales, for allegedly harboring several members of the Venezuelan migrant gang TDA, illegal alien gang member, probably involved in crime in New Mexico and other parts of the country. Now, as I close, I want to say this. As I said earlier, upon their conviction, if and when that happens, they need to get the ultimate. They got to get the ultimate. You got to be held accountable for doing stuff like this. You can't just have gang members in your house, and you can't have the idea that you're going to do it. Phil Murphy, people like this, you can't do stuff like that. And you know why? First of all, it's illegal. But second of all, we know it's illegal. The people know it's illegal. We know to not do things like that. So what's your excuse? You are a lawmaker. You are in a position of power to be able to determine whether someone goes to jail, whether they don't go to jail, whether they pay money or don't pay money. You're in a position of power. So it's most certainly up to you to uphold the laws that you write for us. And when I say uphold, I mean follow the laws you write for us. It can't be a 2-tiered justice system, a 3-tiered justice system. Either be on the same page when it comes to criminality, accusations, convictions. Either be on the same page or we're not. And if we're not, that's a problem. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about the New Mexico judge being arrested for harboring several members of the Venezuelan migrant gang TDA in his home? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I am not surprised in the least bit that a thing like this has happened. We've heard people say that they might do it, We've heard them say it, and we've seen other people like normies having migrants in their home talking about, yeah, okay, we have a migrant here and she's just doing a little bit of chores and she's doing a little bit of cooking. I mean, they're trying their hardest to bring slavery back. That's what they really want. Ultimately, if the left really had their way, they would bring back slavery, which is what they always wanted from the very beginning. The first Republican president was Abraham Lincoln. He freed the slaves, and one of the Democrats, one of the leftists, went ahead and deleted him for doing it. They've been the same. There's been no party switch. The only thing that might have switched was their marketing scheme, how they look to the outside world, how they present themselves. But at the core of their party, their core values have not changed. Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.